the actual red light defending.
I think it's like
people deluded. I'm back again.
Come on, Ian. Man. Come on.
Thank you very much for that, Ian Wright. People deluded, I'm back again. Let's get into it and see what's the latest talking points regarding Arsenal. Just before I share my screen, please comment any thoughts you have throughout this live stream. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't, turn on your notifications, and check out the rest of the other content. Now, if you give me a second, we'll share our screen. Allegedly, Saka is closer to signing a new deal. I'm sure some of you are part of my live stream already, where we saw that the asking price is 100 to 120 million for Declan Rice. And there's a couple of other bits and pieces and talking points. So let's just start and let me share my screen with you lot. Now, first things first, Arsenal are hoping to announce Bukayo Saka's new contract before the end of the Premier League season. I mean, it would have been great had we have won the league with that. You know, it could be a decent tonic to cushion the blow of probably missing out to City. As great as City are, we've shot ourselves in the foot. But Arsenal are hoping to announce Bukayo Saka's new contract before the end of the Premier League season. The England forward has been in talks with the club since last year, but is committed to sign a new deal, which would now be sewn up before the summer break. Saka, age 21, has played a pivotal role in the Gunners' title challenge this season and is the only Premier League player to reach double figures for goals and assists. He's getting better and better. He has hit 13 goals and laid on 11 assists to help to help Mikel Arteta's side to second place and remain in a title hunt heading into the final weeks of the campaign. Saka has missed just an hour of league football this season and also hit 3 goals at the World Cup as England made it to the quarterfinals in Qatar. I don't need to tell you why signing Saka to a new deal is vital. You know, again, he's a great player. He's getting better with age. Obviously, I never want to sell these players, but in a day and age where, let's have it right, players that are not of Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Saliba's standard are going for a lot more. We tie down our contracts, they keep improving. If we're made offers, we have decisions to make, people. Talks with Arsenal over fresh terms have stretched back to last summer, with Saka saying in August he shared confidence with Arteta that he would extend his deal at the Emirates Stadium. The PA news agency understands an agreement has all but been reached for a new contract for the academy graduate, whose last deal was signed in the summer of 2020 and expires next year. It's believed promotional footage is to be released alongside the announcement, and that has already been completed, and it's a matter of working through the finer details before the deal is finalized. While Saka is close to committing his long-term future to Arsenal, Granit Xhaka could be on the move this summer. It's understood the club would be willing to let the Switzerland captain, whose deal also expires in 2024, move on if they receive an offer they deem acceptable. Considering he's 29, turning 30, like Declan Rice, with an option of another year contracted until 2024, what is a good fee? We're not going to make back what we bought. What would you deem a good fee? 20 million? Xhaka, again, age doesn't really matter, really. You know, he's still got a lot of years in the tank. He's ever present. He's shown that he's a vital player. He's shown that there's different gears to his game as he's been more box to box this season. I personally think we've got to keep hold of Granit Xhaka regardless of the Rice and Caicedo bids, because I think we have to be mindful of wholesale changes, and we need to have the best of both worlds in that. We have a centre middle to arrive. We've got Partey, we've got Xhaka, we've got Jorginho. El Nene, you'd imagine he plays a big role, but in terms of squad depth, he's there. And the luxuries of Martin Odegaard, Fabio Vieira and Smith Rowe all being groomed into that 8th position, people. So it all depends on what we deem acceptable. Carrying on the theme with Xhaka, Bayern Leverkusen, who tried to buy him last summer, remain interested in signing the Arsenal midfielder, but deal next summer more likely. I don't know if that's on the free. I don't know if we'll take out the option to extend his deal until 2025. We'll complete the 2023-24 season, and then he's free to do what he needs to do. Bayern Leverkusen are interested in signing Arsenal midfielder Granit Xhaka. However, Sky Germany understands the deal is more likely next summer when his Gunners contract expires. Xhaka has told fellow players about a potential Bundesliga return later in his career. To be fair, the moment he signed for Arsenal, he said that. According to Sky Germany, Bayern can, in principle, imagine signing the player next summer. The club still want an aggressive leader in midfield, similar to us with Telemans last summer, where we didn't want to give less than the 20-odd million because he's going to be a free agent. And to be fair, a club like Bayern Leverkusen, they can talk to him in January for free to agree a deal for the summer. So I'm not too sure how they'll look at that. But in terms of mentality, you know, we'd be missing Xhaka. If selling Xhaka is a means to an end to get the Declan Rices and the Caicedos, then I hear it. But I think we've got to hold on to him, especially as we're entering the Champions League and we want to repeat and go better next season. You know, we finally got some stability at this club. We've allowed relationships to build, and that's from having our 11, really. Yes, we need depth and whatnot. Xhaka was previously Arsenal club captain, and although that is now Martin Odegaard, he has skipped the team in the Europa League this season. While Odegaard showing his captain, Xhaka is more the traditional captain, and we basically got two captains. And Arteta revitalised his Arsenal career. He's adored by the fans. He's loved by his teammates. I'm sure his family are comfortable in London. We're going to be in the Champions League. Arteta loves you. On what reason do you have to leave? Again, a football career is short. He didn't grow up an Arsenal fan. He didn't grow up in London. It's a job. If he deems a return back to Germany, where I'm sure his family was also comfortable, fair enough, really, Xhaka. He can imagine a Bundesliga return, according to Sky Germany, and has told fellow players about such idea. Bayern twice came close to signing Xhaka before most recently last summer. The Switzerland captain has resurrected his Arsenal career under Arteta and is now fundamental to the team that is competing for a Premier League title this season. Xhaka's agency and Bayern have so far been silent on Sky Germany's request. Sky Sports News has also contacted Arsenal for comment. Bayern Munich still have their season. We still have our season. Xhaka still has his season. It's not the time to talk directly to the public about any transfers, really and truly. Apparently, West Ham will allow Declan Rice to leave this summer if they receive an offer up to 120 million from a Champions League club. They'd also accept 100 million plus a player for the midfielder, with the Hammers already receiving inquiries about him. His most likely destination at the moment is Arsenal, while Chelsea, Man United, and Liverpool have also shown an interest. I don't know, really. I always hear confidence and things. Until a man's holding a shirt, we don't know. As we know, he's got a year left on his deal with the option of another contract, and he has rejected fresh terms from West Ham at this moment in time. West Ham will only sell if the money is right, and all proceeds from any potential sale would go towards strengthening the squad in the summer. So make of that what you will. Once again, this reiterates that Bayern Leverkusen are desperate to sign Granit Xhaka. They're trying to tie him up, people. Apparently, the fee could be less than 20 million because of his age and contract, but any final decision could rest with the player, such as the respect in which he's held at the club. I mean, if he says he wants to leave, he wants to leave. Don't know how credible Ben Jacobs is, but he has said Arsenal are looking for a midfielder, and Declan Rice remains one of their top priorities. Rice has spoken glowingly about both Arteta and Arsenal. I'm still told he prefers to stay in London too, which both Arsenal and Chelsea can use to their advantage. West Ham are resigned to losing Rice, but they are now practically safe after beating Man United. The Hammers can be a bit more bullish. Relegation would have made it tricky to hold out for 100+ million. Clearly a game of stick and twist, people. But for what it's worth, I don't think he's worth 120 million, but if he signs and does the business, who cares? He ranks first in the Premier League for possession 321 times. For interceptions, he's with 62, he's first. For ball carries, he's fourth with 522, and he ranks sixth for tackles with 78. So he's got a lot of qualities that could be brought to the club. This article also says that, Caicedo is the man we have in our sights, although he's likely to prove to be expensive. The same goes for Declan Rice. I mean, you got to pay the cost, really. Saka has apparently, said we're ready to take advantage if Manchester City slip up, people. We are going to fight to the end. I'm really confident, of course, in the team to keep this momentum going. We had a tough last month, but we are back with 2 wins on the spin. We are going to give everything in these last 3 games and see where that leaves us at the end. So, yeah, he said it was a really high-intensity game at Newcastle. We really gave everything from minute 1 to 96 because we needed to. We'll be going as hard as we can for the 3 games, said Aaron Ramsdale. It's not in our hands at the minute, but we will be pushing every step of the way. And hopefully, if they slip up, we'll be there to pick up the pieces. We'll be looking from the wings. I mean, we should have controlled what we had in our hands, really and truly, but it is what it is in that regards, people. I think Odegaard has also spoken as well. In fact, I've actually seen these comments already from Odegaard. But last year here in relation to St. James's Park was one of the toughest days of my career, to be honest, after dropping points against City to win against Chelsea and then to come here and win shows mentality. We have to keep going and keep digging and fighting to the end. It is football. Anything can happen and we need to be ready, which is very true. Apparently, Arsenal, Barcelona and Paris Saint-Germain are going to be fighting over the young Turkish sensation and Fenerbahce lad, Arda Güler, who I believe has a lot of potential at 18 years of age. Apparently, he's played 30 games across all comps this season with 6 goals and 4 assists. He has got a wand of a left foot. He's likely to command the 20 million euro asking price. In relation to Zubiamendi, out of club's reach, Arsenal advantage over Barcelona in midfielder pursuit. Barcelona are reportedly focusing on Fiorentina midfielder Amrabat as their top target, as Real Sociedad star Martin Zubimendi is considered out of the reach at this moment. Zubimendi is shunning La Liga and is well liked by Barca, but he's also been strongly linked with Arsenal in recent times, with AS claiming that the Gunners are close to an agreement over the 24-year-old. So we'll have to see exactly what's being done there, man. He's got a release clause of 50-odd million. He'd be substantially less than Caicedo and Rice. But whether it's Zubiamendi, Rice, Lavia, Neves, this guy, that guy, we need to make sure we go into next season equipped in the midfield. You know, we are missing a trick, not patterning our midfield, if I'm honest with you. So that's Zubiamendi. Arsenal to sign Caicedo thanks to a curious clause in new report. We know we wanted him in January. He signed a new deal. Arsenal have been dealt fresh hope in their long-standing bid to sign Caicedo of Brighton and Hove Albion. What has been said. While Arsenal reportedly did not push too hard for the midfielder in order not to risk their relationship with the Seagulls over future deals, Caicedo actually extended his contract with Brighton not long after that, but it's now emerged that the 21-year-old has an exit route to the Gunners after all. According to David Ornstein, Caicedo's teammate McAllister, who is also caught in attention after a stellar season, has a complex clause in his contract which will enable him to leave for a bigger club. I don't know what that means for Caicedo, but it's understood the terms of McAllister's contract do indeed contain a mechanism which can be used to help facilitate a move that has contributed to the level of interest building to prize McAllister from Brighton, Ornstein claims. As a result, the situation is not a foregone conclusion, although that could well materialise. The same applies to teammate Caicedo, but firm decisions are unlikely to be made until the campaign ends, people. So we'll have to see, but he is also drawing interest from Man United, Liverpool and Chelsea as well as us. So we'll have to see how all of these things happen. Big up El Nene, he's back running on the grass. We hope he's back sooner rather than later and at least can be back for the start of the season. We've already spoken about Zubiamendi, so I won't repeat anything. As I said, please let me know your thoughts by commenting, smash the like button, subscribe and do all of that stuff. Check out my other videos. Stay blessed, stay safe. What more can I say? Thank you for watching. I'm out.